to see another week, and the hope is that through this little 10-minute package you'll be able to get some good gas and some good vibes to power you through and have a fantastic week while you're powering through. We all have things to do, and the greatest benefit of this platform is that it gives us an opportunity to connect with other people. Yes, and you have an opportunity to choose how you're going to use that. As you connect, will you connect in a way that feeds the human spirit, or in a way that detracts and helps to destroy parts and elements of other human beings? So we get to choose. Today for Good Gas Mondays, I really want to look at friendships, because in this hyper connected age we tend to think that we all have friends when we don't. Here's what research has been finding. Our generation, this hyper-connected, ultra-social generation, is the loneliest generation that this earth has ever seen. When we compare how past generations were able to contextualize, identify, build, and maintain friendships, they were better able to sustain those than we are today. So my mother's generation and my grandmother's generation, when researchers asked them at the time, in the 1970s and 1980s and 1990s, to identify their friends, they were able to give you at least 3 to 5 names of friends that they had. The challenge, though, is that in our generation, when we're asked about our friends, it's hard for us to even come up with one. So when they compare the statistics of our parents and grandparents versus our own statistics on our ability to identify friendships, we are lose. We may have 5,000 friends on Facebook, but we're losing. So let me tell you why they say we're losing, even though we're registering more friends online. When you contextualize and define friendship, each of us will be able to define what it means to have a friend. And then science also matches the definition we use with the truth about how we're really functioning in those relationships. So here's what we say. If you have a friend, you're able to count on that person. So they will show up for you. You can count on them if them say, I'm going to meet you there. Or if you need me to drop off that, I will drop it off. If you need me to deliver that, I'll deliver it. If you call me and you need me to, rush, come pick you up and drop you somewhere, I will do that. In order for you to call somebody a friend, you must feel that you can count on them to do what they say they're going to do, to show up for you when you need them to show up. You must be able to count on them. Another important dynamic of this friendship definition is your ability to turn to that person. Do you have anybody that if you feel anxious, if you feel afraid, you can turn to them and say, oh, you're there. I don't feel alone. I don't feel like I'm taking on life by myself. And it's important that these persons that we have in our lives are separate from our family members. Because, by blood, there are some persons who will always be there for you. For some of us, it's mommy. For some of us, it's our brother, sister, or any sibling that you want to identify, cousin. There's always a person in your family that you can say, I can turn to you. But the trick is, when you want to identify friends, is this non-blood related individual who, when you're in a moment of need, you can turn and know that person is there. So you can count on them to show up, to do the thing that they said they were going to do, but you can also be sure that when you turn, they're there. And then the third component of this friendship definition is having somebody you can confide in. Trust is really the crux of all meaningful, long-held friendships. And you'll find that friendships fall apart when people break each other's confidence. When you share something intimate with somebody and them tell somebody else. When you gave them, some level of vulnerability and a view into your life and something you're suffering with, and they turn around to make fun of you because of it, or they ridicule you because of it. But that ability to have confidence in your friend is really the root and the anchor for any true friendship. So not only do you want somebody who you can turn to and know that they're there, somebody who you can trust will show up for you, but you want to have somebody who you can confide in. And that's a challenge. As we are realizing how we can't trust people, we stop opening up to them, and so we only show them the superficial parts of our lives. We never truly give them an opportunity to serve us. We don't give them an opportunity to be there for us, because we don't tell them the truth about what we need. And so if we're going to develop good friendships, it is important that, one, you know who your friends are. Don't call the person who you can't confide in your friend. Don't call the person who you can't turn to your friend. Don't call the person who you can't count on to show up your friend. Because if we're honest with ourselves, those aren't friendships. Those are associations. And my mother and grandmother seem to have had more and longer lasting friendships than we are able to have in this current generation. So It's very important that we get honest and truthful about whether or not we have friends. And if you know you have friends, let them know that you value their friendships. That's the last part of what I want to share with you today. Let this week be a week of exercising and doing gratitude. Not just writing in a gratitude journal, say, boy, I have a good friend, I'm glad for my friend. Or thinking about how if you need something, you can call your friend while you watch this video. Call them and let them know that, you know, say you're one of the few friends I have. You're the only person who I can trust, the person who I can count on, the person who I can turn to, and I value it. Long time I see you. Come at me, go have a drink this Friday. Come at me, go get a pedicure together. Come at me, go hairdresser, wax with brows or something. Reconnect. If you know that there's somebody in your life who has really been a friend to you, reconnect with them. If you did something that caused both of you to break confidence and to break communication, reconnect with them. There's always an opportunity once you have life to do the right thing in the hours and the days that you now have available. You can't change what happened in the past, but you can certainly rekindle those flames of friendship and seek to bridge that gap, whatever has caused that gap to exist in the first place. And importantly, if you don't have any friends and you're looking to build friendships, don't start in the wrong place. You can't build friendships online. Dropping nice emojis and hearts on social media won't get you a true friend. You know, liking people's photos on Facebook won't get you to be a true friend. Tweeting people and saying, oh, I love this dress, won't get you a friendship with them. The core, remember we talked about being able to confide in somebody, being able to trust somebody. The core element of that is your ability to be vulnerable. They must feel that you're being open and honest and saying, I need this thing, and allowing them to come in as a friend to assist you or to comfort you. Where you're not telling people who you really are, they can't truly be friends to you. It's impossible because they don't know you outside of those lovely filtered photos and fantastic trips to Dubai. They don't know that you're depressed because you don't tell them. They don't know that you're broke and might need some money to buy some food because you don't tell them. They don't know that you're suffering through a painful breakup and need somebody to talk to or just somebody to finish a bottle of wine with, and so they can't be there for you. So if you're looking to develop new friendships, the challenge for you, and when I say challenge, I don't mean it's something that's going to be hard to do. It means the thing that you must do. Your challenge is to be vulnerable with somebody. Tell them the truth about what you're experiencing and what you're going through, and allow them to be there. And in allowing them to be there, you open the door to develop a meaningful relationship. And here's why it's so important. What research shows is that persons who have loose social bonds, which means they don't have friends, they have associates, are 3 times more likely to die than those who do. Persons who have stronger social connections report less levels of cortisol, that's your stress hormone, lower levels of cortisol in their bodies, and so they're less stressed out. And if you're familiar with any research at all on wellness and long life, the higher your cortisol or stress levels is the worse your body performs. So it breaks down faster, and unfortunately you will die a little sooner because your heart begins to race. It cuts off the natural flow of oxygen to your brain. All the things that your body needs to function normally, cortisol tends to tip the scale in the not so good direction. So you need cortisol if your body's trying to tell you run, but you can't be in run mode just as you're eating dinner because you're not a friend. You can't be in run and frighten mode when you get into the office because you don't feel that anybody likes you. So those are situations that tend to raise our cortisol level, and what the research has found is people who have more friends have lower levels of stress in their body. So it's a matter of life and death, your ability to form strong social bonds and connections. So take it seriously. So I'm challenging you this week. Write down the name of a person who you know you had a very strong friendship with and you haven't connected with them in a while, or maybe you want to deepen the connection with them. Give them a call. Write them the note and drop it off at them workplace with a little gift. Invite them to go to dinner with you, something that rekindles that human connection. And if you feel like you need friending and have no friend at all, then of course look for somebody who you can trust, and in order to open the door to friendship, be vulnerable. Tell them something that you need help with. Seek their advice, seek their confidence, seek their comfort, and allow them to show up for you as a friend. That's it for Good Gas Mondays. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again for another Monday of good vibes, good energy, good vibrations, and strategies and tools that help you to build up that emotional and mental muscle to power through a week. Give thanks. Blessings.